How's it feel to be out here in Arizona, ready to go?
It feels great. Obviously, Arizona is very different than Miami. We were just driving here. We were talking in the little van that we drove in. All the mountains and the desert. It's very different, but we're really excited to be here.
Have you spent any time here in Arizona before?
I've been here a couple times. I've came out here and played some golf before. So obviously, there's a lot of really nice golf courses out here that I'm going to play on a couple of them. So yeah, this is my third time out here.
How's the team feeling right now coming into this game?
The team feels really good. We've been working really hard. It's been a long season, and we've worked really, really hard this entire season. So just trying to maintain that level of focus and consistency, across the board. From top to bottom, all the coaches, all the players, just trying to stay on the same level and have the same intensity and focus. And we feel really good.
You were the team that nobody knew would be in the college football playoff bracket, and you finally made it. What was that like that day on Selection Sunday for you guys?
And obviously that was a huge day for us. We obviously believed in ourselves and our capabilities and what we were capable of. So, when they put our name in there and we saw Miami up on the TV, put us in the bracket, they gave us a chance, and we've just tried to take advantage of every opportunity.
Let's move ahead to Ole Miss and their defense. What do you see so far from Ole Miss?
Yeah, they're obviously a very talented defense. I've had the opportunity to play them twice before, once in 23, once in 24 last year, and then obviously now this year. And each and every year they've had a lot of talent. Obviously, their DC does a really good job of mixing things up with different blitzes and pressures and different coverages and looks. So again, we're gonna have it out for us. It's gonna be a challenge, but we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Carson, you had a chance to practice out here this morning. Kind of what was it like first day on the ground here in Phoenix?
Yeah, well, the weather's awesome, first and foremost. It's January and it's still like 80 and humid down in Miami, when we're practicing, so which is crazy. But you come out here, there's no humidity. It feels amazing. Got the chance to go walk throughout the stadium after practice this early morning after we got done practicing. So that was really cool. I've never been to the stadium out here for the Cardinal Stadium, so that was a cool moment.
What happens between now and game day now for you guys?
For me, usually this time after Thursday practice, I go and watch about 2 to 3 hours of film of just certain specifics. I don't want to give away my secret sauce of what I do, but obviously I am here, so this will be delaying my film watching, but that's okay. So I'll go back, hit that, and then just kind of go over the script of plays, and then tomorrow we'll have our walkthroughs, throughout the whole entire day, try to get in some last-minute film, and then game day, wake up, watch 1 to 2 games, just get some final, cues of maybe our plan and what our idea is, and then from there it's go out on the field and go execute.
Are you looking for coverage keys from the defense? What are you looking for?
There's a lot of things that you watch film on, of trying to pick up different blitzes and coverages and more situational football, what do they do on rundowns? What do they do on second and long? What do they do on third and short, medium, long, extra long? What do they do in the red zone, low red zone, high red zone? There's so many different situations that come up in a football game, so just making sure that I'm locked in every single one of those is always important.
How much freedom do you have at the line of scrimmage? How much freedom do you have at the line of scrimmage to change things up?
I have a lot of freedom. Coach Dawson has done a great job with that. And a lot of it, is obviously ideas that we've talked about, heading into the game, a part of the game plan. So it's not like I'm just out there freelancing, doing whatever I want. But, we're getting into things that obviously we want to run. And it's always good when, the guy, obviously the guy out there is me. But to be able to, see a defense and see what they're doing and check into something that might be a better play and give us a better chance to have a good play than maybe a play that was called based off of a certain look, or a certain blitz or coverage.
What were kind of the ups and downs of transferring in terms of getting to know school, new program, new players?
Yeah, I think just moving in general, outside of transferring can be difficult for anyone, right? You're in a new area, a new location. Obviously, I am from Florida, so I feel like I meshed very well with this team and the school. A lot of the guys were obviously super welcoming to me. The coaches as well. So, I mean, that goes both ways. You know, they could have been stand up to me, and it could have been an even harder, more challenging transition. But, I mean, this team really took me in, and that made the transition so much easier. So, obviously that, and then plus the surgery and the, you know, rehab and everything else, it obviously wasn't easy. It was very difficult. But, you know, having this team, these guys, these coaches, you know, the training staff, everybody helping, you know, for one common goal, it made my transition a lot easier.
What did you learn about yourself through the process of maybe you didn't know?
I think the biggest thing that I learned is just how to handle adversity, at least better. Handling adversity is never easy, and just because you learn how to handle it better doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect moving forward. So again, we saw that through this year. You know, this year hasn't been perfect, but this team has handled adversity so well and bounced back and responded in a way that we knew that we could, and a way that has been really, really successful after facing that adversity. So again, we've kind of used that to, you know, propel ourselves forward, and we've had a lot of success.
How do you handle the pressure of this game, the semifinal? How does this team handle the pressure?
I think a lot of people answer that question and say, you know, there is no pressure, it's just another football game. But the way I like to look at it, I don't like to, you know, just blow it off and say it's just another game. Obviously, it's not another game. It's it's the college football playoff semifinal. I think it's important to recognize it for what it is. And obviously, we, you know, as a team are super blessed and grateful to be in this position. We've worked really hard to be in this position, and we've earned the opportunity to be in this position. So I think just recognizing it for what it is, we're really excited for that opportunity. And at that point, once you know what it is, you can just go out there and cut it loose and just have fun.
You feel like there'll be extra pressure just stepping on the field game night, at least for that first few minutes of warm-up, maybe the first few plays?
No, I don't know. I don't really think it's pressure. I think, you know, when you put in the preparation, it kind of alleviates that pressure, and you're just able to go cut it loose and have fun.
So get nervous before a game?
I don't know if I would call it nervous. I just think I'm ready for that first snap. And then once the first snap happens, it's go time. I've played so many football games at this point and started in so many games that I mean, I've been in just about every single situation, so I feel like that gives me confidence, you know, having been in those moments before.
Carson, it was about a year ago this week that you undeclared from the draft in Miami. Just reflect back on that decision a little bit and how you feel like it's unfolded. There's obviously more chapters to write for you, but just you reflect back on that a little bit and how you feel things are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was a crazy moment in my life, and it's so weird to, you know, look back and reflect and think of everything that's happened just from that moment, right? Of deciding to, you know, come back to college for a 6th year and, you know, not to do it at Georgia, but to, you know, go elsewhere and come to Miami. And, you know, at that time it was really hard because I was going through rehab. You know, I really had just started rehab. I hadn't even thought of throwing a football. That's 4 months down the line at that point. And just everything else that, you know, happened off the field, and meeting new teammates and learning a new system and being with new coaches, right? So all of that, you know, kind of, you know, compiled together to be able to get through all of that and now be in this position in this moment. It's been really cool. And, you know, at the time a year ago, it would have been impossible to see all of this and see the light at the end of the tunnel. But to be sitting here now, I'm really, really blessed.
Carson, how long did it take to get comfortable? I've seen a lot of one-year transfer quarterbacks. It's hard to learn everything, like you said, teammates, system, all that stuff. When did you really start to feel like command this offense, like this was yours and you authoritative?
I feel like a lot of offenses really do the same stuff, but in different ways maybe, and coaches teach it differently. The biggest thing is obviously the personnel is different. There aren't banked reps. I wasn't able to throw in the spring. You know, there wasn't many reps, so a lot of our reps were walkthroughs and film-based study and watching guys and trying to translate in like really, really fast and build that connection fast, which honestly we did, and that's not even really a testament to me, but a testament to the guys around me. You look at CJ, you look at Keelan, those are vet guys, right? And then you look at Malachi, like freshman, and he comes in and he's able to perform and build that chemistry really fast just based off of these walkthroughs and watching film together. So again, that's a huge credit to those guys to be able to mesh and learn that fast of kind of what I expected them and what they expected me, especially on the field as far as routes go and concepts go. So, yeah, obviously as you start to get more and more reps, it begins to get more comfortable. And at this point now, the chemistry is locked in.
How do you think 20 years from now you look back on this year playing?
That's a great question. Obviously, I think I'm going to be super proud of this team. Very happy of the year that we've put together. Right? No one thought that we would get to this position, and obviously we believed that we would. Going back to those winter workouts and summer workouts and fall camp and all the work that you put in for these moments and opportunities. That I'll definitely look back and be proud.
Carson, how would you explain your relationship with Coach Cristobal?
Can you say that again?
How would you just explain your relationship with Coach Cristobal and how well you guys gelled and just going through the motions this season?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, Coach Cristobal is an intense competitor, and I think that's what I love the most about him. But he does it in a calm, cool manner. He's not super rah-rah, going to yell at you, but he'll get intense when you need to. But what I appreciate about him the most is his passion and his care for his players and what he's shown to me. Each and every week on Wednesdays or Thursdays, it kind of just depends on the schedule and his schedule, my schedule. It can kind of be all over the place as far as like film and other, things outside of football. But we always try to meet at least once a week and just talk for 45 minutes, an hour about football and the plan and then life and things outside of football, which I've really appreciated from him, and that's allowed us to get a lot closer throughout the season.
Carson, I know you've probably been asked about Michael Irvin on the sidelines a lot, but I saw you guys share a moment before heading back into the tunnel last week in Dallas. What do those moments mean when it's just you guys and you're celebrating with someone who means so much to the university and he shows so much faith in you?
Yeah, it's super cool, and to have those type of guys of like that caliber be on the sideline is honestly the coolest thing ever, and especially him to be at every game, to show the passion that he has and be the legacy of the U and carry that legacy with him is super cool, and those moments will obviously be remembered forever as I continue my life. You go back and you're going to remember after the Cotton Bowl, Michael Irvin picking you up, hugging you, yelling in your ears, like telling me that he's proud of me and the way I played. Like, that's a super cool moment. You watch those guys when you're younger play and look up to those guys as you grow up and play Pop Warner in middle school, high school. So to be able to share those moments with him has been awesome throughout this whole entire season.
Carson, iron sharpens iron. Going up against this defense in practice and having that defense behind you, what's that like as a quarterback, knowing that that's the other side of the ball for you?
Yeah, you watch what they've been able to put on film this year. It's unbelievable, and it's fun to watch. You got, Bain and Mezzi on the edges. They dominate, and they have dominated all year. And that back end is fast. They swarm to the ball. Coach Heatherman does a great job with this, disguising coverages and bringing different blitzes. And for me, it's gotten me a whole lot better just having to learn a different style of defense. It's not a defense that I've seen a ton, right? In the SEC, a lot of the defenses can be similar and be repetitive as far as pressures and coverages, and it's a lot of match coverage, and that's why a lot of people usually covered in defenses are very well coached. But what Heatherman does, it's very different. And something that I haven't really studied a lot, so getting to go up against them every single day has made me a lot better as a quarterback and just understanding different zones and pressures, and then obviously having to get rid of the ball quick when you got 4 and 3 coming off the edge.
Carson, you obviously have that experience playing against Ole Miss over the years. Obviously, every year is a new team, new defense, but is there anything that's really stuck out to you of like, hey, I've seen this before, especially from this squad from this year? Yeah,
obviously it's a new team. There's guys that played last year that we played against, and there's new guys out there as well. But the scheme of what they do, they have the same defensive coordinator. They're obviously going to have different mix-ups and different pressures that they're going to try to scheme up against us. I'm obviously on a different team as well, so the way that they view us might be a little bit different than the way that they view Georgia. So again, it's a team that I've played, but understanding that and knowing the talent that I'm going to be going up against and playing against, is good. And obviously that presents a challenge that we're ready for, and we're ready for opportunity.
Carson, what's the biggest challenge when your goal is so close and so attainable? What's the biggest challenge in prep leading up to the season?
For me, I just try to keep it simple, and I don't know if that's really challenging. I guess the biggest challenge is just keeping out all the noise, right? And as the games get bigger, the noise gets louder, and I feel like our team does a really good job of just keeping that out and managing it and focusing on the people in the building and what we need to do. And when you can do that, it makes the preparation easy. You keep it simple, and it allows you to stay consistent and then ultimately go out on Saturday and execute.